Hello everyone and welcome to this, the Alto Rehearsal in week 6 of Choir of the Earth's Haydn Harmoniemesse course. And in this session we're going to be looking at the alto part for the Sanctus, which you'll find on page 54 of the PDF. And I want to say a very special hello to everyone who's watching all around the world, whether you're watching in the morning, the afternoon or the evening. You're also very welcome to this session, and a particular hello to anyone who is joining us this week, as we're having a week of open rehearsals so people can come and join us and find out how we do things. So in a moment we'll start with the teaching. I'm going to show the score on screen, and this is screen grabs, of course, of our score that we're using, and I'll talk more about that later on. And after that we'll obviously go into conducting track mode, and I'll explain how that works as well. But first of all, as we always do, let's have a bit of a vocal warm-up, shall we? So put everything down. Can I invite you to just bring yourself into this rehearsal space, wherever you are in the world, whenever you're watching this, to just put the outside world to one side. Get rid of anything you don't need to think about for the remainder of this session, and start to take some nice deep breaths and feel that connection with your fellow choristers all around the world. You might not be able to see them and hear them as you sing, but know that they are there and singing along with you. So we're going to take those nice deep breaths in and breathe out, and let that breath carry away any tension, any stress, and we'll do that again. Nice deep breath in and breathe out. Fantastic. And as you continue to take lovely, deep, cleansing, relaxing breaths, I'll just invite you to roll your shoulders around, everybody. Rolling those shoulders, that's great. If your shoulders are like mine and clicking and popping, just be gentle with yourselves, rolling your shoulders back. Just to say, with all of these warm-ups, if you have any issues with your neck, your back and your shoulders and so on, that mean you can't do this to their fullest, just do what you're able to do, and don't feel any pressure to go beyond that. Don't want anyone hurting themselves. We're just going to tilt our head to one side, feeling the stretch along the long side here. Good, and to the middle and the other way. Fantastic, feeling that stretch to the middle and forwards, please. Feel the stretch and to the middle. Well done. We're going to repeat that exercise, so whichever way you went first, go that way again and just feel that stretch. A little bit further if you can manage it. Don't worry if you can't. Head to the middle and the other way. Feel that stretch. There's the click in my shoulder every time. Reliable. It's old faithful, my shoulder. And forwards. And to the middle, and then just within those 3 movements, everybody, left, right, and forwards, we're just going to let our heads roll around luxuriously. Fantastic, and just roll those shoulders a little bit. Thank you. Okay, so let's make some sound, shall we, altos? So just having a quick look at the notes here, and we've got a moderate range to deal with. The lowest note is an A and the highest note is up here, but I think we've only got one of those to sing at a moment of extreme musical excitement, and otherwise it's fairly sort of middling in terms of the range for us. So let's start down here and let's just hum this note together. Here we go, nice deep breath, and up a semitone. And again, really pushing those lips forwards. One more, and an or. Now an ah. Lovely. We'll have a ya ya ya. Your turn. Excellent. Ya ya ya. And excellent. Ya ya ya. Good. Ta ta ta. Excellent. caw, caw, caw. Excellent, and yaw, yaw, yaw. Excellent. Now, let's have a couple of little shapes. So we'll have ma, your turn. Lovely, and then ma, your turn. Excellent, and again ma, your turn. Excellent, let's have one more to ya, and ya, and excellent. Very, very, very well done. So let's turn our attention to the business of the day. This is Sanctus from Haydn's lovely Harmoniemesse, a work that's not done very often. It's one of his last 6 masses. It's actually his very, very last piece, the last work he completed in an incredible career spanning decades and thousands of pieces of music. This is his swan song, and it is absolutely spectacular. Let's put the score up on screen. As I was saying, this is screenshots from the PDF score that we have shared. It's a public domain score, but you'll notice our version has a few red markings in. These aren't from me, even though I am a teacher. Now, I haven't marked this with red pen. Our wonderful Josh has done this. Josh is the artist manager, as it were, of the Fieri Consort, who are the people who put our guide tracks together. So he's written these markings in the score so that our guide musicians know how we want it to be sung. And it's just simple things like putting in rests where they need to come off cleanly together. And this is just to create a consistent sound. And as you go along this with your score, either use Josh's PDF, which is fine, or mark up your own score to reflect this. And this will mean when you come to record this, and indeed as you're singing along and learning, you're going to be singing along with the guide track nice and cleanly. And this, of course, will help us in the mixing process at the end enormously. So the Sanctus is a piece of 2 halves. It's only 4 pages. The first 2 pages are Adagio. This is slow and stately, slow and majestic. And so the tempo is... So it's a 1 and 2 and 3. And then it moves into an Allegro, which is much faster and much more dance-like. Let's have a look at the Adagio first. And the most important thing to notice at the very, very beginning is that we're not singing. You might see that there's 4 parts going along, but they're marked soli. This means solos. Okay, individual voices. We're not going to be singing these on this recording. We are just going to be leaving that for the Fieri singers. And so we don't sing the first 2 bars. We don't sing bars 4 and 5 either. We come in bar 7. And you can see this in the middle line of page 54. And we're coming in on an E flat. Interestingly, at least I think it's interesting, the first phrase goes like that, the second phrase goes like that, and then when we come in on the E flat. So it's the alto soloist will give you a little bit of help, but you do need to be aware your note is here coming in on that E flat. Now, I did say there was 1 E flat for you in this piece, and if this is too high for a second alto and a top E flat is just not in your voice, well then don't worry about it. You can leave that note out as it's covered in unison by the sopranos as well. But those of you who can sing up there, it is loud and it's powerful. And we've got Amy to sing it for us in our guide track. So let's listen to our first entry here. Sanctus Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth, Holy Lord God of Sabaoth. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so let's do that again. In fact, I'll see if I can make that a little bit louder. Just bear with me a moment, folks. Let's just listen to it. And that's better. Good. Okay, so we've got the volume sorted. Let's have a look now at the notes. Sanctus Dominus Deus. You can hear the whole choir is singing that second bar together pretty much in unison, certainly that descending arpeggio. But let's sing the first three notes. Sanctus Do. Sanctus Do with me, and Sanctus Do. So it's Dominus Deus. Now, I don't have a strong E flat. I'm not going to attempt it. I'm going to sing it the octave lower, but you please sing it at the right pitch. Let's come in at Dominus Deus. This is the second bar of your entry. 2, 3. Dominus Deus. Notice there, the Deus, there's a red marking there. That is taking a quaver, that's taking an eighth note off that note there and putting the S cleanly halfway through that bar, or through that note, I should say, through that beat. So let's sing with Amy. Let's sing this first three bars. Ready, 2, oops, excuse me. Well, hang on, sorry, Amy. That was my fault. 2, 3.
Sanctus Dominus
Deus. And then, much more comfortable. Okay. Deus Sabaoth. Deus Sabaoth. Please, Sabaoth. Have a listen to that sung by Amy and... And we're running the S of Deus into Sabaoth. Okay, let's just sing that with the piano. 2, 3. Deus Sabaoth. Excellent. Well done, altos. So let's sing that entire opening section from where we come in at tutti. This is the middle line of 54. There's our first note, and we're coming in after 3. Ready, 2, 3.
Sanctus Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
Excellent, well done. Now you'll notice the next entry at the bottom of page 54. It says again soli. That's solo voices. So we don't sing these next 2 bars. Neither do we sing the first 2 bars of singing on page 55. That's solos. We come in at letter A, which is marked tutti, which is group, everyone. So let's listen to the solo lines leading in. Top of 55 now. It's worth noting, just in that little run up, if I just turn the solo track up, listen. Now, that's the solo line. Do notice now that Haydn is giving you the note from the alto soloist. At letter A, we come in on that same pitch. Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth, Deus Sabaoth. And this is much more kind of stretched out in terms of the note values. It's much smoother, and so we sing Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth. Okay, longer lines growing to the middle. Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth. Have a listen to Amy sing it for us. Here we go. And
Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
lovely. Sorry for the issues with the score. It's been playing up all morning. So let's have a go at that with the recording. So let's sing together. 2, 3. Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth. Good, good, good. And just notice, thank you, Amy. Just notice Sabaoth. A couple of things there. We've got the red markings again, just shortening that long note by a half beat. And Sabaoth, the dotted rhythm is in the first beat of the bar. Da, da, da. So just make sure you've got that circled. Then continuing, Deus, you might be thinking, well, this is all a bit pedestrian. He's got a little bit of beauty for you coming up, and it sounds like this.
Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
That's lovely, isn't it? So from Deus, this is the last bar, middle line of 55. Deus, 2, 3. Deus, Deus Sabaoth. Isn't that nice? Ya da 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 da. And for me, it's the rise from the C to the D. That's the advanced bit. That's looking ahead to the 19th century. This is not it is a classical work, but it's a bridge between the classical era and the Romantic era. Da, 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 da. Creating that clash, which is really kind of advanced and really lovely. So just sing that for me one more time. Deus Sabaoth, this bottom line of 55. 2, 3. Deus Sabaoth. Lovely. So let's sing. In fact, let's sing the entire Adagio from the top of page 54 all the way through to the bottom now of page 55, if you'd be so kind. So back to the beginning. Remember, the very, very opening is solos only, and we come in bar 7. So let's take it away. Here we go. Bar 4, bar 5. Take a deep breath. 2, 3.
Sanctus Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
Excellent. And now we have solo again. If you listen out to the solo line, top of 55. Start taking a deep breath. There's your note. And
Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth, Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
isn't that lovely? Now we have just a few bars of Adagio clearly leading us somewhere. Fantastic. So I'm sorry, folks. I'm just going to go full screen. I'm just going to restart my score because it's not doing what it should be doing. Just a couple of clicks. So do always remember the score on screen is more of a guide to what's going on, and if it does glitch, then make sure you got your paper scores. Okay, hopefully that should now be sorted. Okay, pleni sunt celi et terra. Heaven and earth are full of your glory. This is now Allegro, and this now kind of explodes out into a joyous sound that is faster and much, much more dance-like. Pleni sunt celi et terra, gloria, gloria tua. And you've got to have this feeling of leaning more on the first beat of the bar than on the others, at least for now. Have a little listen to the opening of this Allegro. Here we go.
Pleni sunt celi et terra, gloria, gloria tua.
Okay, so we can hear we've got two little phrases. Pleni sunt celi et terra, so sunt celi et terra, separating those. Pleni sunt celi et terra, ba 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 dum bum ba dum. Dignified and stately and very, very beautiful. Let's sing that with the piano. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pleni sunt celi et terra. Good, good, good. Note again, we've got accents there. Those little sideways triangles just over celi and terra, heaven and earth. We then sing Gloria, Gloria tua. Again, note as before, we've got red markings there at Gloria. So we're just taking a quaver off that note, but we're not taking a breath. Can you be really careful not to go Gloria, Gloria. There's no space for a breath. It's just a little break. Gloria, Gloria tua. Okay, so from Pleni sunt celi, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Pleni sunt celi et terra, and Gloria, Gloria tua, leaning on the first beats of the bars. Let's go in with the recording, everybody. Here we go. 2, 3.
Pleni sunt celi et terra,
And
gloria, gloria tua.
excellent. Now, having been leaning on the first beats of the bar through this top line of page 56, Haydn now changes tack. He decides to have us bouncing instead off the first beat. Hosanna and in excelsis and one in excelsis. Can you see you've got rests there at the start of the next few phrases, which are shorter and punchier. And if you listen to the harmony, dum da da dum dum da dum da da dum. I mean, that's advanced. That sounds like Beethoven, doesn't it? Listen, just this chord, and then it really is starting to sound a little bit more like the music that Schubert and Brahms would have written. And so what I need you to do is to look at what the score is telling you to do with the Zana and Celsis. It's Celsis, as always, please. Hosanna, 3, 1, in excelsis. We've got crescendos leading up to the note standing on the first beat of the bar. 1, Hosanna, and 1, in excelsis. Let's sing it together. After 1, 2, 3, 1. Hosanna, and 1, in excelsis. Excellent. And then we carry on with that sort of pattern. In excelsis, excelsis. Okay? And you can see crescendos there in excelsis, excelsis, leading to letter B. Let's sing that together. This is the last 2 bars, middle line of page 56, coming in after 1, 2, 3, 1. In excelsis, excelsis. Excellent. So let's go from the beginning of the Allegro to there. Pleni sunt celi with a little jump in the middle. There's the note coming in after 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Pleni sunt celi et terra,
And
gloria, gloria tua.
and 1
Hosanna
and 1.
in excelsis, in excelsis.
Excellent. Now, what Amy is doing here is she is running those two together. In excelsis, excelsis. And so do please follow Amy at this point. Be like Amy, follow Fieri, so that we get a nice clean line. So that leads us to letter B. Now the tenors and basses start this line. I mean, there's if you were feeling unkind, you could say, well, that reminds me a bit of Mendelssohn's Midsummer Night's Dream. Little bit of the donkey there, but that's not what it's there for. What it's there to do is to create tension and build up this excitement as we go. And so you altos, along with the sopranos, are decorating the bass and tenor lines. So it's coming in after 1, 2, 3, 1. Hosanna in excelsis. Okay, and you can hear how these notes are leading you. Each phrase is leading you to the first beat of the next bar. Hosanna and 1 in excelsis. Tia ta tia da dum. Growing through in excitement and in shape. Okay, so let us listen to that. Where are we in the recording? There we go. So let me go from the right place. Here we go. Good. And here the tenors and basses leading us to this C here, which is the last note on page 56. And so we sing 1. Hosanna. Okay, ba-di-ya-da-dum. Let's sing that together after 1, 2, 3, 1. Hosanna. And you notice the next line is solo. Okay, so let's listen on. In fact, let's go from the beginning of the Allegro to there, and let's sing through the Allegro to the top of page 56. So back to 57. Back to the top of 56, everyone. Pleni sunt celli. Here we go after 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. Pleni sunt celli et terra. And
Gloria, gloria tua.
And 1.
Hosanna
And 1.
in excelsis.
And 1.
In excelsis, excelsis.
And 1.
Hosanna
And 1.
in excelsis.
And 1.
Hosanna.
And then solo. That's a fabulous moment. I just want to geek out for a moment about that musical moment. Isn't that wonderful? A chromatic descending line, moving down by semitone, little patterns. Now you'd expect it to go there. But this being Haydn, at this particular stage in his life, he is all about delaying the expectation. So after this descending line, he has the basses moving up instead, so a G flat, so this chord, okay, which very much delays the gratification, and we come in here, marked tutti. This is the last page of the movement, middle line, and so we sing 1 in excelsis and 1 Hosanna. Okay, let's have a little sing through that. In fact, let's have the entry. Let's listen to it.
In excelsis.
And 1.
Hosanna
And 1.
in excelsis.
1, 2, 3.
In excelsis.
And it's almost like Haydn's left, certainly for the altos and sopranos, the simplest part till last. And 1. So let's sing that in excelsis, middle line to 57, coming in after 1, ready, 2, 3, 1, in excelsis, and 1, Hosanna. Now you can see we've got crescendos marked in on the score. We've also got little accents on the first notes of the bar. In excelsis. excelsis. So we're going to grow to it. Hosanna. And then in excelsis to lead us to the last phrase, which comes in after 3. 1, 2, 3. In excelsis. Nice and simple. Let's sing that last little section. So we're going to go from where the basses move up to the G flat, last note top of 57, and we're coming in a few beats time. Our first note is here, and here we go. And 1.
In excelsis.
And 1.
Hosanna.
And 1.
In excelsis.
1, 2, 3.
In
2, 3, 1, 2.
excelsis.
Off. Just note the last note. Ceases to beat in excelsis. With the S cleanly on the third beat of the bar. Okay, fantastic altos. Very, very well done. So we're going to go full screen now. And if you haven't had a drink recently, do hydrate. Cheers. So what we're going to do is this is actually not as long a session as we would normally have, because it's quite a short movement. We're going to sing it all the way through from the start, and we're not going to ask you to record anything. We're not going to do a conducting track until after we've done this. This is just an opportunity to sing it through. So please go back in your scores to the top of page 54. Remember, the opening is solo voices only. You're coming in bar 7 at the tutti marking. Make sure you've marked your score up so it's clearly where you know where it's solo and you know where it's tutti, so that we don't have any moments of accidentally coming in, or worse, not coming in when you should do. So this is a good opportunity to just practice that all together. We're going to have the wonderful Fieri Consort singing for us. Do bear in mind as well, for those of you joining us for the first time, this is the alto voice louder track. So when you hear it at the start, you might think, oh, it's a bit quiet, and be tempted to turn your volume up. Don't, because when the alto voice comes in, she's going to be much, much, much louder than everyone else. So here it is, our first sing through, and then we'll do the conducting track. Enjoy. And... Take a deep breath. Here we go. And...
Sanctus Dominus Deus Sabaoth.
Very good. Now this next entry is solo again, so we don't sing here. And we don't sing this next entry, but we're coming in 2 bars. We take a deep breath. Our note is there. And...
Dominus Deus Sabaoth. Deus Sabaoth.
I just love that little jump up to the D. It's just one of the nicest moments. Okay, so this is the last bar of the page. You need to breathe here. And 1, 2, 3.
Pleni sunt celi et terra.
And...
Gloria, gloria tua.
And 1.
Hosanna.
And 1.
In excelsis.
And 1.
In excelsis, excelsis.
2, 3, 1.
Hosanna.
And 1.
In excelsis.
And 1.
Hosanna.
Now solo. 2 bars. Deep breath. And...
In excelsis.
And 1.
Hosanna.
And 1.
In excelsis.
1, 2, 3.
In excelsis.
And there you have it. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into what I call conducting track mode. So for those of you that are guests to the choir, what we now do is people will record along with me conducting with those guide tracks, and then our amazing engineers will stitch it all together to create a world premiere performance. And if you are new and you'd like to join us with that, well, details are at choiroftheearth.com. But in short, what you do is you put your headphones on and you record yourself singing along with this upcoming conducting track, and this will be cut together and put out by our wonderful team very, very shortly. So you're welcome to sing along with this now if you're watching it when it's streaming live, and of course conducting tracks will be out very, very shortly. So I'm going to go into conducting track mode and I'll see you on the other side to wrap up this fabulous session. So here we go. Welcome, altos, to your conducting track for this, the Sanctus from Haydn's Harmoniemesse. Please make sure you've got your recording devices handy, as we'll be pressing start on them in just a moment. Make sure you've got your scores clearly marked up for this one, everyone, because there's alternating, not just in terms of tempo and style, but vitally between the solo and the tutti parts. We're not singing the solos. Make sure the tutti parts are clearly marked, and make sure all the dynamics are clear. In the first 2 pages, it's a broad, stately sound with a couple of longer phrases and particularly lovely line. And then when we get to the Allegro, it's much brighter and it's much more kind of up on its toes, much more of a dance. If Haydn's got you coming in on the first beat of the bar, emphasize that. If he's got you coming off the first beat of the bar, like Hosanna, then he wants you to grow towards the next bar. Make it exciting and thrilling, and most of all, make sure you enjoy yourself. Make sure you smile as you sing, as that will come through loud and clear in your recording. So if you're ready to record and sing this lovely piece, please do press start on your devices now. Thank you very much, and we will clap just once to synchronise for the engineers. Are we ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. So we're going to take it from the start. Remember, the first 6 bars are solo and instrumental. We come in on an E flat in bar 7. I do hope you enjoy yourselves. Here we go from the top. Three bars to go. 2 bars. Take a deep breath. 2, 3.
Sanctus Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
Good. Now the next 2 entries are solo only, so we don't sing. Top of page 55. 2 bars. Take a deep breath. 2, 3.
Dominus Deus, Deus Sabaoth, Deus, Deus Sabaoth.
Excellent. Last 3 bars of the page. Last 2. Last bar. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3.
Pleni sunt caeli et terra, gloria, gloria tua.
And 1.
Hosanna
And 1.
in excelsis,
And 1.
in excelsis, excelsis.
2, 3, 1.
Hosanna
And 1.
in excelsis,
And 1.
Hosanna.
Now soloist. 2 bars, deep breath, and 1,
in excelsis,
and 1,
Hosanna,
3, 1,
in excelsis,
1, 2, 3.
in excelsis.
And there you have it. Thank you so much, altos. Please do press stop on your recording devices. As always, I'll ask you to send us in the entire file. No cuts needed, no edits, no adding reverb. Don't even listen back to it. Just send it in to us. Consider doing multiple takes as we use every single track that you send us. And a very, very huge thank you from all of us here for all of your hard work. Great stuff. And of course, what's particularly nice is that the Hosanna in excelsis there, that starts halfway through page 56, that's repeated directly at the end of the Benedictus, which we'll be looking at next week. And in the Agnus Dei, which is coming up the week after, in the last week of the course, there's a lovely little treat in the form of a hidden quote from the great Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. So I'll look forward to seeing how many of you spot that. And in the meantime, do come along to any or all of our sectional rehearsals. If you are joining us for this open week, well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Do consider becoming part of Choir of the Earth. It is a fantastic group. We record all sorts of interesting music, from 19th century romantics to early music. We recorded medieval music. We record music from the 20th, 21st centuries. We've got a world premiere coming later this year, and we've got Handel's Messiah. We've got wonderful uplifting popular music and so much more. So do please sign up at choiroftheearth.com, and if you have enjoyed it, well, then do please give a thumbs up to this broadcast. In the meantime, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Join us at the sectional later this week if you can, or otherwise I'll see you at your full rehearsal on Monday. Take care, everyone. All the best. Bye.